Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Beatrice. I'm glad to have you today. Thank you so much. So before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly do so. Just go down there below, then you see the subscription written there. Click there and subscribe to this channel, and I will appreciate. So today is another day that we are going to have another health topic. As usual, we have been discussing health topics here, and today we have another topic that I want us to discuss. So today, without further ado, we are going to continue, like it is like a part of the UTI, urinary tract infection, that we discussed in our last video. So kindly, if you haven't listened to that video, just go click on that video, listen, then come here and connect with the one that I'm going to discuss today. And so today we are just going to continue with a bit of urinary tract infection, and we have other causes. Last time we discussed about bacteria that cause urinary tract infection, and today I want us to dive on the other side, because we have other infections that are caused by other organisms. Like for example, today we are going to discuss about urinary tract infection caused by fungus, also known as yeast. And discussing this, there are a wide variety of organisms that can cause infection in our urinary tract infection. So in this journey, we will continue talking and talking more, because even we have other infections such as the STI, the sexually transmitted diseases. Those are also diseases that affect the system down there. So today, let us dive directly into UTI caused by fungus. So the fungus inhibit our skin and the mucosas. That is this normal skin. And for example, the mucosa is like let's call it the skin that is inside our mouth, the soft bit that is in our mouth. We have other mucosas in our urinary tract system, because that's we are going to discuss more about urinary tract system. And the fungus causes diseases such as, they are referred as candidiasis, and it is mostly in those people with low immune system, because when there is an overgrowth of the candidas, it causes diseases. Yes, it is there in our skin, like in mouth, our foot, in our urinary system, but when there is an overgrowth, that's when it causes the diseases. Remember, when we talked about the bacteria, we said that the bacteria, we have bacteria that are normal flora. Yes, they are inside our body, but in case they move their location from the certain part of the body that they are in and transferred to another location, like for example the E. coli, mostly it is found in stool. It is not harmful when it is in the digestion system, but when it comes to the urinary tract system, it become bad, let's call it bad, and cause disease such as UTI. So in this case of candida, it is the overgrowth of this fungus that cause the disease in those people that have low immunity. So mostly these candida are called like the yeast infection when they affect the urinary system. And when they affect the urinary system, yes, they will cause like somehow similar characteristic like those ones of bacteria infection, like the itching, pain during urination, then the change of the color of the discharge, that is in female, and there will be like something whitish around that organ. When you itch that place, it can like have ulceration. Ulceration is like when I can just scratch here, removing the top layer skin, and there's signs of blood. That is what we call the like ulceration, because you're scratching that side. So the most candida that cause the urinary tract infection, we call it the Candida albicans, because there are other species that are inside the body but they don't cause, but the Candida albicans can cause the urinary tract infection, which mostly people refer it as yeast infection. So someone might be asking, why then should we have this Candida, and at the end of the day it will cause infection? Candida is there to maintain the balance on those the neighboring bacteria. Our body need balance, and we need some of those organisms to keep the balance inside our body. So we have some various parts that the Candida can affect. They are in the mouth, they can be found in the genitals, the feet, but when there is an overgrowth, mark my words, an overgrowth, that is when it causes the infection. Like inside the mouth, if there is any overgrowth, it will cause the mouth rash. If in the skin there is an overgrowth, it will cause the diseases, that is the cutaneous candidiasis. Then in our feet, whereby we have some smelly feet, it is called the arthritic feet, and also in the genitals, where we are concentrating today. So some of the tests that are done, we follow like the bacteria test that we said. In the genitals, that is the urinary tract infection, the urine is the sample to be used to test if you have the fungus, but here we refer them as yeast infection. If you visit a doctor and then the doctor tells you like you have the yeast infection, then it is this fungus I told you, that is the Candida albicans. That is which is referred as yeast infection in urine. So you will give out the urine sample, it will be tested, others the microscopic, macroscopic. Then I advised you, if you go for urinalysis and the problem seem not to go away, you request for culture test, because you can go through that culture test and you will be able to know if it is the bacteria and or the yeast infection. This one will happen when you have requested for a culture test. So it will not mean when you requested for a culture test, when like you had some bacteria infection, you'll go for another culture test. No, during that culture test, the lab tech will be able to tell if you have bacterial infection or the yeast infection. So as he does the culture, you check if it is the bacteria that is aiding you or it is the fungus, because if there is those two plates I told you, that the media where the organism or that urine sample is smeared or inoculated to know if it is the bacteria that is aiding you. So there will be a different media that will be able to support the growth of fungus. If the organism that grows in the fungus, they will know it is not the bacteria that is causing the UTI, but it is the yeast infection that is affecting you. So after all that, the doctor will treat you now, not with the antibiotics, but you be treated the yeast infection with antifungus. That's why it is very important to have a culture test when your UTI seems to be recurrent now and then. Because if you take the antibiotics and you don't have a bacterial infection, it is the yeast infection, it will not go away. You can't eradicate fungus using antibiotics. So it will come be now and then it is recurring. But if you treat a certain organism that causes a disease with its most drug that kills it, let's use the word killing, it will be eradicated. So that's why culture is very important. So the prevention measures are still the same with the ones that we discussed in our previous video, that is UTI caused by bacteria. That is like wearing cotton underwear, because when you wear other like nylons, they will cause some moisture near your organ, and that can cause growth of those yeasts around that area, and it will be affected. Another thing we said, you stay hydrated. Another thing is the diet. Yes, diet. And for the diet, it will boost your immune system so that balance inside your body will always be maintained, because you are eating healthy and all that. Another thing with yeast infection, it can be accelerated by sugary things, like eating those a lot of sugar. That one can make it worse. So don't take a lot of sugary thing. For those who have diabetes, they are most likely to be affected by this Candida albicans, because when there is that overgrowth of the Candida albicans and you have like diabetes, that is when your body is not at its normal state, that is with its best immune system. So it will be affected, because there is that commotion of trying to put the balance. At the same time is when the Candida overgrows, and that's where you have like the candidiasis. So guys, also the scented soap, we talked a lot about those measures, so kindly visit our previous video and you'll be educated more on both UTI caused by bacteria, and here we have talked about UTI caused by fungus, which we refer as yeast infection. And we have said the most Candida species that affect our urinary system when there is that overgrowth is Candida albicans. Candida albicans. So visit in my previous video and come and connect here. And with all that said, I think we are done with today's topics. And a reminder, bacteria and fungus, which is referred as yeast infection in our urinary tract system, are not the only organism that can cause infection in our urinary tract system. There are other diseases. So as we continue with this health topic, we'll be coming across those topics like the STI. We also have the parasites that cause those urinary tract infection, but those are mostly on the STI. We also have other bacteria, like we hear somebody had a gonorrhea. We will discuss that one here. And so we that all said, I want to thank you so much for being my loyal listeners. And if you have not subscribed, just go down below this video. At a corner there, you get a word written subscribe. So what you do, if you see that word, just tap on it and you will have subscribed to my channel. Imagine, it is that simple. Under my video, down there at the corner, you will see a word written subscribe. Then what you just do, you tap. After tapping, there you go, you have subscribed to my channel. Then you listen to my video and like my video. And I told you the liking of my video, the sign is this sign that is normally there below after the video. Don't use this one. This one you say like you have disliked. Surely after giving you that information, you can dislike my video. I know you're good people and you can't dislike my video, so like my video. And another thing, there is a notification bell, there is like a bell just there below this video. You see a symbol of a bell. Click that bell. When you click that bell, whenever I have a new video, you will have a notification that Beatrice has uploaded a new video. You will come to my channel, then you see what I have for you that day. So kindly subscribe, like, and click the notification bell. So until next time, it's a bye for now. Bye guys.